doing? It's Megan Monroe. How have you been? I'm so glad you're back. Hey girlies, hey besties. Are you liking my new location? Oh yes, I cleaned up, decluttered. We will be doing a closet tour next, wig tour next. But today we are here to recap and review Ladies Who List Atlanta. It's a new show on OWN, and I wanted to get one in as soon as possible. There's only been one episode, so hopefully we can keep this up. It's a new show, and I'm like, more people should be talking about it, as well as one of my former clients on there. So I'm like, oh baby, we got to go in. Like, let me get into it. And first things first, I'm not familiar with real estate shows at all. I don't watch Selling Sunset. I've never seen the Tampa shows. I've never seen any of that. The extent of my reality real estate shows is like House Hunters, Flip This or That, stuff like that. Like that's all I know. So and then my familiarity with real estate is just that one of my best friends is a real estate agent. She sold us this house, got us a good deal, and she's everything. I'm claiming it. She's gonna be on the show next season. Like, she has to be. She is everything. So we bought a house, and I understand that process, but we have never sold a house. So a little bit when it gets into the business of it, I'm not quite familiar with, but I like the show. So my overall, I guess, takeaway from the show, I can honestly say, one, the women, all of them are beautiful, and they came with the A game. Like, they got the glam together. Like, first thing, like, that's why I'm here. Like, my first thing with watching any show is, let's get into this gig, honey. Let's get into these looks, honey. Like, what is she giving? What are the confessionals giving? What's she giving at home? Because sometimes you could tell, like, oh, they got somebody to come to the house, but they didn't get nobody to go when they out and fucking don't even worse, fool line and gallivants around the city. You know, the glam, there's a difference there. So I like to see consistency amongst the glam at home and the glam in the streets. So overall, these women came with their A game. They seem comfortable. Some seem more comfortable than others. What else did I think? Just quick, fast takeaway. Yeah, I mean, I think I like it. Will I go and watch other real estate shows? Maybe not. But I will keep up with this one. So, the list and say, like, what I think about each girl, and then we'll kind of get into the episode. I think I can do that. First things first, we are introduced to the one, the only, Kiana Watson. I've been following Kiana for about 2 to 3 years now, and maybe like 4 years. And I came across Kiana on Instagram, and I want to say at the time, I don't want to speak on her personally because I don't know this lady personally. We're cordial. She speaks back. I speak to her online, and she's always been sweet and always been nice. And I want to say at the time when I found her, like, her following wasn't that big yet. Like, she kind of was moving up. She was the it girl, and now she's just blown up. And to watch her glow up online has just been a pleasure. Kiana is everything. She is the standard right now for what I know in Atlanta real estate, really all over the country, for a black woman running her own business. So I was started following her prior to her becoming a broker and starting her own firm. So at the time, she might have still been with another brokerage, and then I saw her get her 2 girls. Bree is one of her girls. She's from Nashville. I used to live in Nashville. I used to do her hair. She's a makeup artist, and now she is killing it in the real estate game with Kiana. And Kiana definitely we watched her take these girls under her wing, and she started promoting and doing photo shoots and going, and like, she just created and carved a lane for real estate and to promote that business in a way like I hadn't seen anyone else yet. So she's kind of created the standard, and Kiana's promotions and marketing and photo shoots and hair and clothes and everything is flawless. She is selling luxury. She looks like luxury. Her wigs look like luxury. She looks perfect all the time. And as a business owner, like, that takes your stock all the way up. So she is A1. So I'm so happy to see her on the Tizu, because she really belongs on the Tizu. She's always going live. She's all like, she is on it. Like, she inspires me. I'm like, girl, as I was making the transition, I'm like, do I want to go and see and test the waters with the real estate? I'm like, I don't want to be, I can't be held liable or responsible for people's livelihoods. I'm not a numbers girl. I could be cute and I think I could talk and I have to get the gab, but when it comes time to processing them contracts, that's where we might be running a janky business. But I definitely was like, if I'm going with anybody, I'm going with Kiana, because Kiana knows what she's doing. Next we have Miss Tiana Harrison. Yes, Tiana is a former, when I was still doing hair, she was a client. Like, I've done Tiana's sew-in, I want to say one of her first sew-ins, because she doesn't really do too much. Like, Tiana is, well, let's just get into who she is. She is a real estate broker, just like Kiana. So she has her own brokerage, and to my understanding, you have real estate agent, and all real estate agents have to have their license under a brokerage, and the brokerage is dealing with, like, I think large sums of money, and like, I don't know, but there's the brokerage. So, you know, like, you have big names like Keller Williams. That's all I know. You see them on the signs. So you have the big brokerages like the Keller Williams, and then now you have these smaller companies. So Kiana has started her own brokerage, which I think there's like more money involved with that they get, or I don't know. But you have the broker, and then you have the agents under the broker. That's what I know. So Tiana is now a broker. Like, she has her own agents under her. Tiana went to Tennessee State University. Yes. She's gorgeous. Her family is beautiful. Tiana, as a person, just really down to earth. Really cool. Just my experiences with her doing her hair. She's very professional. She's very on time. And like I said, she don't do too much. She's gonna give you natural girl realness, meaning like it has to look like my hair. She doesn't do a lot of weaves, she doesn't do a lot of extensions, and if she is gonna do them, they must give this is my hair. But Tiana she is like a it girl, but she's like a quiet it girl. Like, she's gonna show up on the scene, most of the scenes, and she's going to give you a Zimmerman look. She's going to give you the quiet, like, Gucci or YSL. Like, she's a fashion girl, but low-key. Like, she isn't, and she's super cute, super feminine. I know she used to run track. So her body is everything. She has 2 kids, I think. Two, maybe 3. I don't know. But she's a mom, and she is a wife. Her husband, he owns a car dealership here in Sandy Springs, so they ballin'. They ballin'. I want to say Tiana was like, yeah, you know, I sell my few little homes a year. That's all I need to do. I don't gotta like, she's that girl. And she's just super sweet and super nice. I've never had a bad experience with her. She's great. She's great, and I'm so happy for her to be on this show, because she deserves it. She is in the luxury listing area of things. Like, she's doing $1 million deals. So kudos to Tiana. And glam wise, like, she looks great. Like, hair is everything, confessional is everything. She's out with the kids. She look cute. So next we have Crystal Kimberle, and this is the brown skin girl. I'm unfamiliar with her. She is a closing attorney. So me being in the closing room, well, our situation is a little different, because our loan came through who we bank with, and they kind of had all of that set up. Like, we didn't have to, I didn't know that was like a thing, like you pick that person or there's a preferred, I don't know. So she's a closing attorney, and my initial impression of her is she's freaking flawless. The girl is gorgeous. I think Crystal, for me, is like right up there in terms of just overall the gagathon. I guess. I'm just like, I was really captivated by her, and I'm like, every scene that kept coming, she gave different looks. So she was given, you know, when you would first see her, it was like a cool look, casual look, and I mean, it wasn't like straight out the gate like, oh my god, I thought she was a pretty woman. But then the next scene, when she had like the bang and in the boardroom, I'm like, Yes. And then they might have showed her at home and she had the curls with the pajamas. I'm like, yes. And then she, in her confessionals, she's very put together. She's gorgeous. I was captivated by her beauty. Honestly, I'm just like, this girl is beautiful. Like, I had to find her on Instagram, like, girl, you are everything. So her name is Crystal and she seems cool. Like her. First impression was like, she's cool. I like her. I could see myself being friends with her. Then you have Tiffany Haws, and I believe this is who Tiana's friend. She's also a closing attorney. She seems like a cute girl. She's a mom. Again, she was put together well. Like, none of the looks stood out for me, but that isn't a bad thing. It's only the first episode. Like, she seems cute. She seems cool. Then you have Robin. You have Robin Andrade. And so Robin is another broker, and she works closely with Crystal. First impressions of Robin was, I wasn't feeling the look. She's a pretty woman. I don't want to, because nobody looked bad. First of all, like, nobody looked bad. She didn't look bad. Like the scene when they're on the rooftop, I wasn't a fan of the curls. Not like the curls, like the color of the curls, I don't like it. That's just me though. It's just my personal preference. Her hair seems beautiful. I wasn't happy with none of the looks, if that makes sense. She's okay. Is she up to par with the other ladies? Not so much. She seems a little bit older than the other ladies, so it's maybe a little bit more conservative, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. That's it on that. And then you have Keira Oliver. I thought she was sickening. She was sickening. Keira was cute. She's a real estate agent. And I think the first thing we saw with her was with Kiana at the pool. And she's gorgeous. I thought her hair was cute. I thought she was bringing the outfits. I thought everything that I saw her in, it was like, oh, I would wear that. I would wear that. I would wear that. She had on like the, I think it's a pretty little thing, blazer dress, black and white with the ponytail. Sickening. She looks great. So that's just the introduction to the ladies. So let's get into the episode. When we first pull up to the episode, you see Kiana and Keira sitting at the pool. I think that is Kiana's house because there was a big W in the back and it is luxurious. It looked like the W Hotel rooftop. Like, it was everything. And they were just sitting there chit-chatting about their upbringing and how far they've come. I think they're both from North Carolina. And like I said, just seeing Kiana on TV, it makes me so happy, because to just, you know, with social media, it's like that's your friend and you know her. Like, I don't know her, but I feel like I do, and I'm just really, really happy for her. And honestly, listening to her story about where she comes from and what they have now is very inspirational. I mean, like I said, Kiana's a boss. Like, she's a boss. So that was what that whole thing was about. They're being cute by the pool, and they're just like big up and like, we don't look like where we came from. Cool. Next we have so next we meet Robin and Chris, and they meet up somewhere. It looks like probably somewhere in Midtown, and they're having drinks. And again, my initial impression of Crystal was I didn't like the choker thing. I was like, why did she have that on? That was weird. That was weird. I didn't like it. And then Crystal looked cute. Like, she looked casual. Again, I don't know if they filmed in order, but it seemed regular. She had on, like, you know, I don't know what she had under the leather jacket, but they're sitting there talking, and I could kind of say their energy is weird. It's really weird. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but you know, Robin mentioned something like, I have something, but I don't want to tell you, which I don't like when people do that, because it's like, girl, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, are you gonna tell me? Are you not gonna tell me? Like, then why are we talking about this if you're not finna go into you're not finna give me the tea? And girl, what do I need it for? Like, what? So Crystal was kind of like, oh, you're planning something and I'm excited to hear what it is. And she was like, well, yeah, you know, just be on the lookout. I have some plans coming, which was weird, okay. So then we go to the closing table, and Robin, this is with Robin and Crystal. And I guess, you know, with these shows, they're trying to show them like outside of business and inside of business. So they go to Crystal's office, and they're closing on, you know, a home for some YouTubers, and a YouTuber and a model, and it's this $1 million house. Now, I will be honest, and this is no shade to those people because I don't know them, I don't follow them. I did have a friend that told me, like, I have a friend that filmed on House Hunters is like one of the potential buyers, and they said it was fake. She said it was fake. She said, like, you know, they have all these people come through and do this, and it be like cameramen hiding in the closets and weird stuff, and like, you know, a lot of the reactions are planned. So when they doing these deals with these people, I kind of just be having a side eye. Like, I don't be believing it. I don't know. Half a meal. Like I said, I know the process we went through as entrepreneurs, and it wasn't easy. So not saying that it can't be done. And hey, maybe they specialize in selling home and buying homes, you know, for entrepreneurs. Girl, I don't know. I was like, okay. Now I will say on the flip side, once I'm an Aquarius, so I don't believe anything. I think everybody's lying. This is me. So once you suspend disbelief for a little bit, I will say that conversation was very inspirational, just talking about the history of real estate in America and how now we're, you know, buying $1 million homes and closing on, you know, wealthy properties, and how that is an asset, and learning what an asset is, and that being something you can pass on to generation, and that it appreciates, and that, you know, this is, again, you buy it. The goal in real estate, like Monopoly, is to buy it at this price and to sell it at that price. So that was very inspirational. And so apparently the deals that Robin closes on, she prefers crystal. And I do know in the closing table, there are like fees for everything. Like, that is what closing cost is like, you pay the lawyer, you pay the bank. Every little thing is a fee, and the closing attorney gets a fee for being that closing attorney, and it could be, I think, somewhere in the thousands, anywhere from the hundreds to the thousands, for really just processing paperwork. But it's a lot of paperwork. Like, they ask for your liver, like your blood. They want to know everything. So they close on the deal, and then they go to the closing table. Then it goes to the park, because I don't want to skip Tiana's part. So then they show Tiana and Tiffany at the park with their kids, and they look super cute. And Tiana is crazy. Tiana is fit though. Like, Tiana looks great. Tiana always in the gym. I mean, she's a track girl, so I feel like people who ran track, shout out to track. I ran and we quit, and I didn't run in college. But so she's talking to her baby about how many calories the soda was. I'm like, Tiana, seriously? Like, ain't no kids worried about no calories. Okay, so, and then they just kind of get into, her and Tiffany get into a conversation about balancing being a mom and being a businesswoman, and that there really is no balance. And I can honestly say, that is why I quit. That is why I quit. Because I can't perform under those conditions, honey. Multitasking is the setup, and it's a lie, and I don't know who made that crazy shit up, but there is no such thing as multitasking. And it's like, I would find myself all the time, like, you can put your energy over here and go hard, and you will see the fruit of that labor, but as you're putting your energy here, this falls down. And that could be your husband, that could be your kid, you're not paying attention all the way. So, like Tiffany said, she was like, girl, I'm the mama where I'm just finding stuff out. And it's like, girl, can't y'all take care of it? Like, when you get calls from the teacher and you got to do this. Look, my baby is in cheerleading, and it is something every week. It's like, they got to go do this, they got to go do that. Then they have it like their own homecoming week, and then they got to dress up every day. I'm like, well, we just did this spirit week at school. Now we got to go and do spirit week. And they got costumes for every day. It's a lot. So I couldn't imagine. I didn't. Like, Vivian just got to the age where she's now into stuff. And I'm like, I want to be present in that kind of way. There's no way I could tend to a business on my own and then be 100, even 70% as a mom. And that doesn't even go into what it takes to be a wife and take care of the home and make sure it's clean, make sure the people got food to eat, make sure that that is toilet paper and paper towels, and we got dogs. So yes, there is no balance. I loved it when Tiana was like, how do you balance being a wife, being a mom, and being full-time at business? She said, you don't. Because you don't. Now, she has a great support system. Her husband is everything, and they seem great. Arnold has always been a pure gentleman, so I don't know them people in their house, but from what I can tell, they got it together. And so yeah, I really like that scene because it just resonated with me. I literally, as she said the words, lit like, there is no balance. There is none. So yes, now moving on to the deal and the plottation of it all. Plans. And like I said, their energy is weird. I can't really, and you know, again, with new shows, I know that there's a level of planning, and we putting on microphones and we're about to do this thing, but we still have to act natural. So that is a piece of it. But I can't tell if they're genuine friends, are they just co-workers? What is it? It's just a little off, and I can't say it's on one or the other. I will say Crystal feels really natural on film. She feels like she's not trying, you know, to be a character on the show. And I don't think Robin is either, but it's just off. And so Robin reveals that she believes in Georgia, in Atlanta, nationally, that there is no brokerage firm built of primarily black people, especially black women. And she think it would be great to get the it girls in real estate and put them all in-house in one. And it's my writing this down, wrote down, sounds good. Sounds good. But I can honestly say a big conversation that needs to happen behind the scenes in a lot of these reality shows, a lot of black reality shows, is mental health. And people doing their own work and emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is almost more important than like your IQ. Like, yeah, you could figure some stuff out, but if you aren't right emotionally, your emotions will have you, it influences your decisions. It influences literally every decision you make. Like, if you really want to get into EQ, go take a test. Like, it will change your life, because when you're sad, it affects how you eat. When you're happy, it affects how you eat. It affects how you spend your money. It affects how you hear things. Like, if you aren't emotionally intelligent, you'll constantly be triggered, and your emotions will master you. You need to master your emotions so you can stay centered and make sound decisions for yourself. It is how you connect with others. It is how you relate to your family, your friends, your children. If you aren't emotionally intelligent, you will find yourself reactive. And that's not good, especially as a business owner. You know, like, a thing about me in my, we'll get there. But you have to be emotionally intelligent in order to navigate anything. And you want to be taken seriously. And if you're emotionally reactive and small things trigger you, people aren't going to be around you. People aren't going to be, your energy will be aggressive and you'll be combative. And nobody, like, people don't want to be around that. So they get into a conversation about, yeah, it's a great idea and it sounds great, and they start throwing out names of who they think, and it's all the girls we've been introduced to, and they're saying like, oh, I know this girl, I know that girl. Crystal does mention that Crystal and Tiana are from here, I believe, and they went to high school together, and there's a history there. There's a familiar connection, but Crystal drops a slight little shade. She's like, but I don't do business with her. She doesn't use me. And I was like, I call shade. I call some shade, and I don't know who it's on, but it seems that Crystal is not Tiana's preferred closing attorney. And I do have feelings about it. One, as a hairstylist, and being that I've been the consummate hairstylist amongst my friends and family, I kind of had to check myself a long time ago, and I had to tell myself, like, separate business from family. I literally had a sign on my wall that said friends and credit don't mix, meaning that I don't do hair on credit, and if you want me to do your hair, you gotta pay me, because that is how I take care of myself. This is not just like some shit, excuse me, this ain't just something that I know how to do well. It's not like something I enjoy. Honestly, I don't even enjoy doing it. It's just something I'm good at. So that, you know, when you think about time and utilizing somebody's time, people will take advantage. And I'm like, let's just avoid that weird space of me feeling taken advantage of and you feeling entitled to my stuff. And I completely took myself out of that. You as a person can do whatever you want. My friends, I am not the only hairstylist in the world. I'm not the only one. I won't be the only one. There are so many hairstylists in the world. Go see whoever you want to see. Don't get on my nerve. So I checked myself a long time ago in terms of those type of feelings. That does not trigger me. And you have to tell yourself that as a business owner. You have to. Because human beings do what they want to do. They know other people. I'm not the best. I'm not the only. Now, I appreciate support. And I also reciprocate and have no problem, you know what I'm saying, giving gifts and doing things when I feel like it. But I just don't like people feeling entitled to me giving always in that kind of way, when I feel like, too, if you're gonna go somewhere else, you're gonna pay that person. So why now is it me you don't want to pay? And that's my time, and in the time that you sitting here and not paying me, I got somebody else sitting here paying me full price. So we don't even mix in that way. So the fact that Crystal feels slighted that she doesn't use her, I think is a little bit immature. And so then Robin, they go into the conversation. Like I said, their energy is weird. It seems like Crystal is really good at the niceties, the pleasantries. It seems like she is a professional that she could probably work with anybody. And she has that professional voice, that corporate sense of this is business no matter who or what. And I think that's a great trait to have. Robin, on the other hand, so they get into this thing where, and they've been preluding in the little snippets of how Robin grew up without, how she's been abandoned by her family, and, you know, she's a single mom. So it sounds like she carries her struggle and resentment with her, and it's probably her motivation as to why she's so successful. And the first thing that came to my mind, even when they were dropping the hints about how she is in attaching to others, which attachment theory, go take the test, go take your attachment. I need to know, what's your attachment style? And it sounds like she has a insecure attachment. And when you find people with insecure attachments, that means that somewhere in their life they felt unsafe and they do not attach well with other people, meaning their spouses, their family members, their children. And Robin gives me insecure. So when she dropped the insecure slogan, I don't do girls, I don't have girlfriends, and it's like, red flag. That's the first thing that came to my mind. Like, this is a big red flag. I don't like it, because for me, I'm knowing exactly what it is. Like, you're insecure emotionally and you don't feel safe, so you have these guards up and you're not able to be vulnerable. And when you're not able to be vulnerable, you are projecting an image of having it together, and you really don't. And people don't get to penetrate that wall, and there won't be a genuine connection. You will have nothing but fake connections in your life, or you'll find, like, people with insecure attachments, they'll either be really distant and you won't ever really know them. You'll find them being either like overly funny, trying to cover, you know, it's like they may be self-degrading, or you'll find them really clingy and needy, and like no matter how much people disrespect them, they will still stay in those situations. So Robin is insecure, and she's carrying that around with her, and that's kind of like her identity at this point, from the first episode, because she kept saying, you know, I don't do girlfriends, I don't do friends, I don't need friends, I don't need nobody. Everybody that says I don't need nobody, you the main one that needs somebody. Like, we are human beings, and we were created to need connection. Like, those who are real hermits go and lock themselves and live in the woods and in cabins somewhere. There are people who live off the earth and don't need nobody. So you still place yourself in social situations. You still are in a super social career. You want friends. So she kept saying she doesn't do friends. And so, to me, ding, 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 it sounds mighty obvious. And Crystal realized that. Crystal says, you know, so you're saying you want to put together this all-girl group, the Destiny's Child of real estate. So y'all putting together the Destiny's Child of real estate, but girl, you say you don't do girlfriends. Make it make sense. And that was a very, very valid question. And honestly, the biggest red flag for me, from woman to woman, human to human, woman to man, We should be able to talk about everything, regardless of how triggered you are. Because honestly, your triggers show you the work that you need to do. When things rub you the wrong way, I instantly turn inward and say, oh, what was that? Like, what did that bring up out of me? Like, why did that bother me? And it usually comes back to a negative, insecure attachment. It may stir up an old wound. The things that trigger you reveal the places where you need to heal. So, friend to friend, if I am genuinely interested and love you and want to see you do well and prosper, why would you think I'm interested in harming you in your face? So that is why emotional intelligence is important. That is why healing those negative attachments are important, because the ones who say, like, I don't do women and I don't do this, you are the main one as to why this isn't a harmonious relationship. So Crystal bringing up the fact that you say you don't play well with women, but you want to do this thing. And she took that as, I mean, Robin went to, don't make me throw this drink in your face. Girl, what? I was like, what? In this girl office too? We just got done doing a deal and we just got done making money. And now we're still, and I feel like Crystal was handling herself very respectfully. And it was, and that's where it gets into the reality TV of it all. I'm like, is she trying to make a moment? Like, I'm sure Carlos D. King, he needs drama. And it felt like okay, drop the drama bomb. You know, whatever, we'll go with it. So they go back and forth, and Robin escalates to the point of, like, again, threatening her. Don't make me throw this drink in your face. I'm like, well, is she playing? It just was off. It just was off. Like, she seems off. And I think Crystal, knowing all of this information, is kind of like taking it. And I'm like, you, like, why are you, like, it's weird. I would have exited stage of, like, girl, this is too much. Like, I just asked the question. Like, she just asked the girl, like, how is this going to work? And she took it as a dig, and she took it personally. And it's like, well, how can you take something personally that you put out there? Make it make sense. Like she said, logically, that doesn't make sense. So they going on and on and on and on and on. I mean, and it's like, Robin even was like, that bitch this and that bitch this, and then she started dropping the B word, and I'm just like, how did we get here? I think Crystal was looking like, what is happening right now? Like, I was just very confused. I was very to a scene with Kiana, and she has a pocket listing. I do know what a pocket listing is. On our search, we came across a few pocket listings, and I think it's a situation where someone is ready to sell their home and they haven't put it on the market yet, meaning that it's not available for everyone to see. And I also know that real estate agents and brokers all have a national database where they can see everything that is legally listed for sale. And so before it goes up there, they will call the people who they know, like, hey, I have this thing coming. I can give you the word in before it hits the streets. And so that was what's going on with this house. And it was gorgeous. It was beautiful. It's modern. It's big. It's spacious. And she's showing it to one of her clients. So before it hits the market, she's like, I want my clients coming here before it gets on the market. And then she doesn't have to compete with the price. So the girl says she likes it, and they come in and they, you know, allegedly close the deal. And I think this girl, she was cute. She was cute. She said she wanted to buy it. She's an actress. I think she's an actress on one of the Tyler Perry shows. And I think, you know, they've been in existence for a little minute. And I mean, the house was $3 million. So, I mean, okay. Again, I don't be believing it. I don't be believing it. I don't think she bought that house. I didn't believe it. Now, I do. And again, I follow Kiana. I see she does move and shake. She's always so. I don't know about this. But this is where Crystal shows up to ask her, to invite her to the proposal of the Destiny's Child of real estate. And so then Kiana drops the bomb of Kiana like, it sounds good, but girl, I just want to go to basically tell the girl no. So through the real estate mumbo jumbo, from what I gather, as Kiana was moving from being under a bigger brokerage to her own brokerage, meaning, like, again, I know it has a lot to do with big sums of money and like loans and things of that nature. So she was taking with her clients and the girls under her under her brokerage umbrella, and they were under this, and it's like that money that was closing needs to be somewhere but not there, because we don't want that money that closed to go to those people. So she asked another black woman who has a brokerage, can we just slide up under you for this little moment until my deal is done over here, which makes sense. She asked her to be the go-between for a short period of time. Well, Robin said, well, in order to do that, I need $500 per contract that I'm going to hold under my license. I went and did the math, because she said 500 times 26, and it came like $13,000. So she was pretty much saying, if you pay me $13,000, I will do this for you. And I see it both ways. Again, when it comes to doing business, you have the right to say, I want my money up front every time. Because again, if you were going to do this with anybody else, they might charge you more. Well, Kiana did not like that. And she has every right to not like that. You know, it's like, hey, I thought we were cool. I thought we were, you know, black women and support black women. And it really ain't support black women. So Kiana like, well, no. So, and it is interesting. It's like, if you're going to have this hard ass standpoint of I'm doing business and I'm like the other white men and I'm going to be like the white men, which is another thing. It's like with black people in capitalism, it's like we want so bad to, and this is getting long, we want so bad to have what white America has and what the white American dream is, and we end up emulating the same oppression and the same systems and the same ideals that they have, and we end up becoming the oppressors of other black people. So instead of us creating our own, again, from the ground up, I believe, in reshifting the paradigm of ideas and thinking and restructuring that whole thing, it's like we just end up being another white firm, another white corporation, again, doing, you know, committing like the same oppression. So it's kind of like, if you are hoping to want to move and check and do business with these people, that's where you have to be strategic, and you have to, it's almost like playing chess. You got to know when to do a favor and when not to do a favor, with whom and with what. And if you're going to turn right back around and ask these people to do business with you, you're going to have to go back and look in their face like, oh, you know, like, and that's where I think Robin is a little weird. Or this is not real. I don't know. One or the other. I think Robin is a little weird. I do know what happened with Kiana. I can't say about the money and the dilation of it all, but I do know that I witnessed personally Kiana go from under one brokerage to creating her own. I did see that. Now, I don't know. This is apparently what was happening behind the scenes. So that's a bit interesting. And so, yeah, you know, Kiana was like, no, I'm not going to work with you. And there is another thing that I think we will see. These women are the movers and shakers in real estate, and they each have their own thing. I think it's really hard. If it wasn't like we started in the beginning and we built together, the benefits of me aligning with you just have to be greater than some idea of black empowerment. I'm just sorry. It just does. Because I don't know. We may not be able we may not be able to reshape America today, baby. And you talking about what my family living on right now. You talking about my money right now. So again, I don't know the benefit beyond what it looks like. What is this? How is it going to work? And you have people who are social media influencers, these women who have their own following, have their own clients, and now you want them to be the boss up under you, and you already kind of crazy. I mean, it's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me. Now, again, when I got to Atlanta, I had to check my ego. And my ego told me, like, you are here to build. So right now, it ain't about you. It's about you taking these opportunities and aligning yourselves with the power in Atlanta. Well, these people already have the power. So if it's, again, where is the benefit? It's like you're going to benefit off the back end because I'm bringing my network and my clients and my views and everything, and I'm putting it on what you got going on. What is the benefit? And she really didn't. I haven't heard a benefit as of yet. I haven't heard a benefit. So then I think next is Tiana. she's introducing her brokerage firm, and she has a listing, and I guess this is a thing. I don't know. They're like, so she invites all the agents to come and look at her listing because they have clients that they need to sell to. So it's like, hey, she's gonna preview the house, and then she's gonna take the house back to her clients. And they all look super gorgeous, super cute. The outfits were really cute. And in this scene, there is Tiana, there's Keira. Let me see, there's Kiana. There's a lot of Tianas, Kiaras. So there's, and Tiffany. Tiffany's there, Tiana's there, Kira's there, and Kiana. And Kiana comes through. You hear me? Like, this how y'all show up to listings for real? Like, when the girls are here, oh no. Kiana is dressed coming through, baby, like it's the Met Gala. It look good. Yeah, this is it. It looked really good. Yes, so Tiana, okay. So prior to that, they show Crystal at home with her sister. I think if that's where she lives, her loft is super cute. It's like super contemporary, industrial. I love the exposed brick. I love the chair she was sitting in. And this is when I was watching her, and she had on her pajamas, and I'm sure she ordered the cutest pajamas she could find. I don't know, maybe she just lived like that. But her hair, I was like, she had like, it was seemingly naturally curly. I don't know if that's her hair. It looks like it. It almost to me looks like a braidless sew-in or some micro links or something like that. Or it could be her hair. But it was gorgeous. It was so, like, she just was giving effortless. Like, I just woke up, but I'm really cute. And I was here for it. Like, that's when I was looking at her like, this girl is stunning. And she did not come to play. Almost out of anybody. Like, she might be my favorite. I don't know her. She may be my favorite. And so she's talking with her sister. Her sister looked super cute. She had a little some down her little cute pajamas. It was cute. So she's talking to her sister, and she's telling her about what happened with Robin and how, with Robin and how the conversation went left and how, I guess, her feelings are hurt. And she also has, she has extreme empathy for this lady because she knows her upbringing and she knows what she's been through. And I could say, when you kind of know what's going on behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? You have a better chance of not being triggered by their reactions. It's kind of like dealing with a child almost. Like, I know Vivian is going to cry if I tell her no, she can't have popcorn. And it's just like, all right, girl, like, let's just get it over with, because we still gonna be cool after this. That's the vibe that I get from Robin. And I think, her with her sister, she's like, the lady really went left with me in my office, which isn't okay. But in the same sense, I understand why she went off. So that scene was that. And then next, I believe, she looks so pretty. Her hair was everything. I want my hair like that. I want my hair like that. Yes, then we get to Tiana's listing showing. So they're going to the house, and it's cute. And girl, Kiana asks, Kiana says, okay, girl, so you're having this listing. Like, where's the social media promotion? Where are the pictures? Where is the staging? Where are the things? I said shade. I call shade. And she wasn't wrong. But in the same sense, it's like, Kiana, everybody not you. Everybody not you. And you have the bells and the whistles of the things because you want the bells and the whistles. But I feel like if what Tiana has going is working, then let her do her thing. It wasn't no furniture in there, and I do know that, there are staging companies. So, I just called shade. It was a little light shade. It was a little light shade. So they get there, and she's talking about the features of the home, and make sure to tell people that it's gonna be cute. Tell your clients that they're looking for this type of home. Here we go. And then, of course, they have to talk about the Destiny's Child of real estate. And so, who asked about it? Let me see. I'm on a commercial. I had to pull it up because I stopped taking notes. So, who brings it up? Is Crystal there? I can't tell if Crystal is there. Hold on. And I'm hungry. The Destiny's Child. Kiana brings it up. Hey, y'all. They say, this is what the people say. They saying that Robin wants to bring us all together. What do y'all think? And Tiana, and mind you too, I didn't say this, but at the beginning, Kiana mentioned that she doesn't know Tiana that well, but here she is at her event, and a few of them kind of have said, you know, they've said small little things about each other. So I guess those are sowing the seeds for the drama. So they're there and they're talking about, do we want to do it? And so Tiana to me seems very like, well, let's just hear the lady out. Again, Tiana has on her two-piece. I think it's, it looks like Dolce & Gabbana. And she looks super cute. And she's like, okay, well, that's interesting. You know, like, let's hear it out. And then I want to say it's Keira. She seems resistant. She seems resistant to it. Like, well, the lady had, I think the lady might have said, I said the lady, she gives me lady vibes though. Like, I wouldn't see myself saying girl. Like, she seems a little bit older. So the lady is like, she's like, I don't see it for the lady. And that's when Kiana goes into, well, I needed to do this. She didn't do it for me. So the answer is no. I'm still going to go because Kiana, I believe, is not going to miss the opportunity to show up and show out. Period. Girl of my own heart. Baby, I don't care who there. I hope my arch nemesis is there so I can come. You see it. You see it. I'm showing up, honey, in all of the things. Extra is my middle name, period. Everybody know Megan is extra. And I have all this stuff. Girl, I paid for it. I'm wearing it. What you mean? Yes, Keira looks so cute in this scene. She looks so cute. They all look super cute. But I mean, again, when you know what's going on, you're gonna be a camera girl. And listen, they come in first season. Some people have to grow into the glam, baby. They came glam. Girl, Kiana. Kiana comes tracing through. I think this is the brand label. I don't know. I could be lying. She looks so beautiful. Ugh, this red looks good on her skin. She had on like this red. She had on her classic bob, and she had on like this red swanky flowy number. And so they're there and they look cute. Girl, when Kiana got to going in about what's going on, Tiana's face, huh? That was so funny. So she's dropping the bomb about what happened, and girl, Tiana's like, girl, what happened? What? And I think, you know, her friend Tiffany was like, well, let's keep it cute. Let's be responsible black women who don't fight, who don't cuss, who don't throw drinks. Which I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of the othering of the drama. Like, we all do drama, and the reason why we watch these shows is for the drama. So, hey, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it, and I'm never finna be on no bandwagon talking about something. Well, we black women, and we don't do this. Yes, we do, honey. I will cuss anybody out. You hear me? I don't give a damn. I'm cussing out. I was an English major, and words are my gig. I've waited my entire life to curse. You mean to tell me I get to be 36 and I can't curse? Girl, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. Fuck is my favorite word. Follow my shit. I love cursing. And now I can't because of how it looks to you. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. So, she, you know, and you can see that she's open-minded. Tiffany is, and like, let's just go. Wait. Let me hear what she said. Okay. Then, I remember there was another little issue. So Keira is offended because Crystal played the do I know you game. And she seems to play that a lot. She seems to play that a lot. When her and Robin was having their little chit chat about the girl ladies who come, it was like, again, Crystal's issue with Tiana is a thing for her where it's like, well, we went to high school together, we grew up together, but you don't do business with me. So then, but as we see, Tiana does business with her friend Tiffany, and they seem to be best friends. So, girl, I'm gonna work with my best friend. Like, that's no shade to you. And so Robin was like, well, is that your competition? And Crystal was like, I don't have no competition. Well, apparently you do. Apparently you do. And in a capitalistic society, baby, we all got competition. But it's okay. It could be healthy competition. And again, it's enough money for everybody when you get through. Like, this really doesn't mean anything. So Keira is offended that even though her and Crystal had done drinks together, the girl played her like she didn't know her. Would I be offended? No. I don't really care. I don't really care. It's just like, hey girl, hey. Now, I probably won't see it for you next time I see you, in a sense where, but I'm not gonna like carry that bone and be like, oh, she act like she didn't know me. No. And I mean, honestly, you're never gonna forget me. I don't have that problem. Maybe that's why I can't necessarily relate. And I will say, I think it's a bit interesting that they're playing this don't know game. At this point, Atlanta is small, and especially in these Atlanta social media streets, these Atlanta Instagram streets, all these ladies know each other. All these ladies be at the same events. They know each other. So I call shade, I call trickery, I call it's some rigor mortis going on in the back. They rigging something, they triggering us. And I guess there has to be drama. So they're gonna play this kind of little drama game, but they know each other. They be mixing and moving. And again, these are the top girls. It's not a lot, at least that I follow. Now, there are hundreds of real estate agents in Georgia, but I think, you know, like, I think in any industry, they're going to be those few that kind of just excel past the herd, and we're looking at those ladies. So they do know each other. They've been around each other, and that is where then they get into the whole Tiana and Crystal situation. And I mean, I'm with Tiana. She like, this is my friend. I'm gonna work with my friend, girl. Like, I see you, good luck, good to you, but I'm gonna work with my friend. And that's just that on that ass. She's like, I really don't care. Like, you, girl, you just want a problem. Tiana looks so cute in that confessional too. It looks like Balmain. I'm pretty sure it is. Like a Balmain structure turtleneck, probably bodycon, black number with her hair sleek. She's beautiful. Tiana is so pretty. I'm so happy for her. And she just laughed it off, and I love that because it's like, it's so her. She's so chill. She's so down to earth. She's just like, girl, whatever. Like, that's my friend, and I go work with my friend. And you could just be mad about it. Like, you just gonna be mad. Like, people stay mad, so stay mad. That is the end of the episode. And then they have like a preview. Then they have a preview. Let me excited this. Then they have a preview. Oh no, that's not the end of the episode. Child. No, that's not the end. So then Crystal sets up to meet with Robin, and they down to Piedmont Park. They're at the Piedmont Park, and I think she wants to kind of clear the air about what happened in the office. And so, out the gate, like, this lady is kooky. Like, she gives me Mary Crosby, Jackie Chrissy, kooky, Robin. It's weird. I just do not like frenemies. I do not like nice, nasty energy. I just don't like it. I am a good time girl, so I just want to have a good time. I want to laugh. Because of my life, the moment that I get outside of home life, I just want to have a good time. I don't have time to be coddling nobody's feelings. I make jokes, I say things, and it's never, I'm not throwing shade. I mean, if you can catch it, but it's like, throw it back, bitch. Like let's have a good time. Like, let's dance. Let's be cute. And so the energy from the jump was weird, and it was off. And it just seems really hard. It just seems really hard to have a conversation with Robin. Crystal seemed very straightforward. Like, let's just get into the thick of it. We started talking about this. It went to this. Logically, I said, me knowing you and what you've expressed to me, this doesn't sound like a great idea because of this. And she still did not, it seemed like Robin couldn't understand. And so then Crystal says, well, you going off on me in my office is unacceptable, and it's crazy. I believe that crazy was like it was just a blanket statement. It wasn't a pejorative statement. It wasn't like, girl, you are physically crazy, like you have been diagnosed with something, unless she hasn't, we don't know. And maybe that's why she was offended by it. Cause when she went off and was like, well, I'm not crazy. Now you're talking about my mental state, and you're saying you don't understand my mental state based off of some stuff that you don't understand. And it's like, girl, what is going on? Like, and I will say, it seems like Crystal was just working really hard to have this conversation with someone that didn't want to have it, that couldn't have it, and still be very like coaxing and like, okay, well, I'm your friend, and da-da-da-da, and I'm your friend. And it's just like, girl, I'm not doing that. And I've had conversations like these, and that's where after them kind of conversations, I'm like, girl, we can't be friends. Because this shit, I don't have time for this in my life. coddle adults. Like, I just don't. So she really wanted to clear the air, and she really wanted to understand, like, what was going on. Girl, if we're friends, I should be able to talk to you about anything and you not necessarily be offended by it. But baby, Robin was not going. She was not hearing it. It seemed like the more Crystal said, the more Robin got offended. It was a lot of, again, defensiveness. It was a lot of like laughing and chuckling, but then mad that she's laughing and chuckling. And again, I think Crystal was trying to set a hard boundary. And people don't like boundaries. But Crystal said, what you're not gonna do is talk to me crazy in my office. That's what you're not gonna do. We could laugh, we could kiki, but you're not going to raise your voice in my place of work, and you're not going to call me out my name, and you're not going to threaten me. And then it got to, well, can I threaten you outside of blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, why you just can't respect that? Why you just can't respect me? Again, it's this false woman empowerment black girl thing that I hate. Because it's like, yeah, y'all really don't want that. Y'all really don't want that, and you are not emotionally mature enough to do that. It was weird. Robin is weird. That was my understanding of all of that. And honestly, if I'm approached by a TV show, I don't care how much you pay me. I don't want the villain edit. Robin is getting the villain edit. She's the villain of the season. She's the Jackie Christie. She's the Mary Crosby. She is, you know, I want to be the cute girl. I want to be the fun girl. I just want to come through and be cute. Because being the villain comes with too much negativity, girl. These people's finna be going off on you. Why would you sign up for that? I don't think OWN is paying you enough money. I don't think they paying you enough to get going off on your comments and your DMs because you on here acting crazy. And she was acting crazy. And again, I think the culmination of that conversation per Crystal was, I'm still her friend because I know she's been through a lot. And I believe that is why people like Robin still exist in this world. There are no consequences for her in her actions, in her thing. Like you know, you have to start losing relationships in order for sometimes to hit a rock bottom, to do some self-reflection, to go introspective, and to tweak and come out a better person. But me, if we cannot discuss candidly about serious issues and boundaries, we cannot exist. We cannot coexist. So yes, that conversation to me was not, I don't feel like there's any closure. Their energy was weird, and it's even weirder. It seems on the preview they're going to meet up, they're going to have this conversation, and it seemed like it's an altercation. And honestly, it looked like Robin put her hands on that lady, and that is why. When you don't set hard boundaries with people, they will mistreat you, and they will push you to the point where now I gotta whoop your ass, bitch. now I got to cuss you out when she should have done that. So this being the first episode, I'm excited. I like it. Again, I'm here anytime there's good glam all around. Count me in. So I hope you guys liked it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Comment, subscribe, and do the things. Do all the things to your friends that I'm here and I'm recapping and I'm reviewing.